This video is sponsored by Squarespace, more on that later. Hi friends, my name is Al, or Lilstarnerd. Welcome to the new sketchbook. I am so thrilled to be starting a new sketchbook. I was getting a little antsy about the last one. I'm excited to be here, excited for a fresh start. As always, we're going to talk a little bit about the process of the first page. This one is special. It's a draw this in your style. Talk about that in a second. But we're also going to talk about my hopes, my goals, my intentions for the sketchbook, the timeline, all that stuff that we normally talk about. So it'll be a good chatty video, but also this is a special page because it is a draw this in your style. I've gotten quite a few requests for that. So we're doing another draw this in your style. Down below and on my Instagram, when this goes live, there will be the post with all of the instructions. I'll also talk about it in this video if you would like to participate, which I invite you to do so. Pretty much all you have to do is just redraw what I drew in your own way. Pretty simple. Also, before we get into this video, I do want to say I have a planned break scheduled. Hopefully I follow through with it. I don't see why I wouldn't, but knowing me, I might give myself more work to do. But I plan on taking some time off from YouTube, not making any videos for at least 2 weeks. The last week of May, first week of June. I might take another week off in June. I doubt it, but that's what I have scheduled for myself. So I will be gone for a few weeks. Nothing major. Everything else will still be going. Patreon will still be going. I'll still be posting on like Instagram. I just won't be posting videos. No reason. I was supposed to be done with the graphic novel at this time, and that was going to be my recovery time. Hopefully that'll still kind of happen. I don't know. But I do kind of need a bit of a break. I'm feeling a little burnt out. So that's all that is. Bear with me during that time. Like I said, I'll still be active, just not on here. I'm not on making videos. Hi, butting in really quickly here to say I forgot to thank my patrons, so thanks to my patrons, your names are on screen. If you haven't checked out my Patreon yet, I really recommend that you do so. Every month we have fun exclusive stuff, physical rewards that get mailed to you, exclusive videos, exclusive podcasts. Here's the original for April. Very cute, very fun. I also have a $1 membership here on YouTube. If you just want to give me a little extra support, you want your name in the shout out, you want a little tip jar, there's that as well. The other thing I wanted to say is I filmed this video differently. Somebody requested a top-down angle, you know who you are. Just kidding. It's a request that I get actually very frequently and I always ignore because I don't like top-down angles. But for some reason, this comment came at the right time. I'm in the new studio. I thought, why not? Let me give it a try, see if it works better here. I am not happy with how this video turned out. Not satisfied. I won't say anything specific and like give you ideas, but I will just say it's a little bit different. I don't like it. Bear with me. Like, I apologize if you also don't like it, but in general, just please give me feedback. If I know a lot of people don't like the weird angles that I do in videos, I think it's more aesthetic and easier to see what I'm doing, but a lot of people really disagree and think that a top-down angle is easier to see what's going on with the art. So give this video a watch. Let me know. Give me your feedback on camera angles, if this is better, if the way I usually do it is better. I will say that what I have going on here in this video is about as good as I can get with the top-down angle without buying very expensive equipment, which I don't want to do right now. But if you have any thoughts, any feedback about how you would prefer that I film videos, let me know. Because I would like you to enjoy watching the video. I just wanted to warn you because I thought it was very jarring and bad, but I'm not going to put any ideas in your head. If you like it, that's fine. Let me know. If you don't like it, that's fine. Let me know. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Go watch the video. Watch me draw a drawing. Here we are, friends. Time for the first page. It is a special first page, as we discussed, because it is a draw this in your style. I have gotten a good amount of questions and comments asking when I'll do another draw this in your style, requesting another one, which is so flattering. It is so cool that you guys are interested in that from me. I know it's a fun, popular art challenge, but I didn't realize it was like still in such high demand, but it's always fun. Every time I host one, I'm always glad I did. Last time I did one, it was also for the first page of a new sketchbook, so now seemed like a great time. But before we get into the art itself, before we really talk about the process of the draw in your style or anything, let's talk about this sketchbook overall, my hopes, my dreams, all that nonsense. I am still working on the graphic novel. I'm really, really hoping I will be able to finish it very soon. But it's a huge 70-something page book that I'm fully illustrating. It will not happen as quickly as I had wanted to. But while I'm working on it, it takes up a lot of my time, and honestly just a lot of my creative energy. In my last sketchbook, I often just didn't have any sort of artistic juice left in me to put into my sketchbook, no matter how low effort or quick that sketchbook work might be. Although I fully anticipate that same thing happening with this sketchbook as well. Although I very strongly hope and am assuming that the graphic novel will be done during the process of the sketchbook. Like while I'm in the sketchbook, hopefully the graphic novel will be finished. I also plan to take some sort of break or time off, as I mentioned in the intro, to recover creatively. It was supposed to be after I finish the graphic novel, but I don't know if that timeline will work out. But no matter what, I probably won't have a lot of sketchbooking time or energy throughout the next few months that'll be in this book either way. Normally, I plan to be in a sketchbook for 3 months, and I divvy up the pages to 3 equal parts so I can keep a somewhat steady pace to finish it all within that deadline. But last sketchbook, I knew I wouldn't be able to meet that deadline and instead gave myself 4 months, which I did go over that timeline by a bit, but that was mainly by choice. I definitely could have finished it in 4 months if I had really wanted to, if I had tried harder. And so that's what I'm hoping for this sketchbook. A nice, easy 4 months, which felt supernatural and easy last time. But of course, I'm trying to conserve energy where I can right now, and if it comes down to 4 months later, I'm not close to finishing the sketchbook, that is totally fine. For my usual sketchbook, I generally have some sort of expectations for it, even if I don't always articulate them. I want to do good work. I want to fill as many of the pages as possible. I know I have a bit of a higher standard than other people for my sketchbook. A lot of people see their sketchbook as a tool, a place for messy thoughts to live. They don't want or need it to look aesthetic or pretty. And I love and support that. Like, that's great. I encourage that. But historically, that's just not the way that I keep my sketchbook, mainly out of habit at this point, if I'm being honest. When I first started keeping sketchbooks, the sketchbook was the only place that I did art. Like, literally, aside from the occasional digital piece, which I often printed and taped into my sketchbook, it was the only place that I did art. I didn't paint on canvas, I didn't do finished pieces outside of my sketchbook. Literally, all of my art was kept in my sketchbook that I was keeping, the one sketchbook I had at one time, including my more polished and finished pieces. Like, everything was in there. Nowadays, of course, I do a lot more finished work that does live outside my sketchbook. You know, it's done on separate paper or on canvas or panels or whatever it may be. If I know I'm doing some sort of finished work, I do it outside of my sketchbook. Anything that might need to be sold, put in a show, I might want to frame, whatever. But it is still a habit for me to expect to see lots of more polished, nice-looking stuff, more color, more detail in my sketchbooks, because that used to be a lot of what I saw. But I am learning little by little to let that go a bit. I personally am not currently willing to give it up completely. I still think it makes sense for me to do slightly more polished or larger or more complete work in my sketchbook. Things like I recently did a Rhett and Link drawing that did not require its own piece of paper to go into a portfolio or whatever. Like, it did not need to be separate. It makes sense to keep that in my sketchbook. That is sketchbook work. But I still wanted it to be something good that I was proud of and put time and effort into. It's, you know, maybe more finished or polished or has more detail than what someone else might consider sketchbook work. Also, I just enjoy my sketchbooks more when I am proud of what's in them. I like looking back at them, using them for inspiration. I like being proud of them. Like, I like having something that looks nice as a whole. I think it encourages me to continue using sketchbooks. So I think I will always try to put some degree of effort into filling as many of the pages as beautifully as I can. I often get the advice to keep a second sketchbook as a trash sketchbook. I actually do that. I've done that for years. I don't always use it very heavily, but I do have a sketchbook that it has absolutely, no pressure connected to it whatsoever. And if I do like anything that I do in it, I cut it out and I put it in my sketchbook. So I do have that as a place to dump ideas if I need to. But anyways, as I keep stating, I've only got so much time lately. Not only will I let myself take however long I need in this sketchbook, I will treat the deadline as a soft goal to aim for rather than a deadline. I will also let myself leave as many pages as I need or want blank. I've already decided that I will let myself abandon this sketchbook halfway through if that's what I want or need to do. I hate staying in one sketchbook for too long, but I also hate wasting sketchbooks because they're not cheap, you know what I mean? So a shorter deadline really works in my favor. It encourages me to fill it up faster. But if I, for some reason, let myself take 7 months on this sketchbook and half the pages are blank, I won't be mad if I just call it quits and move on to the next one, just this once, as a treat. Not that I plan on doing that, but I can see a possibility of that happening. So basically, I'm going easy on myself for the sketchbook. Over the next few months, I just hope to use it as a comfy place to spend some time when I can. I hope to have fun in it, do stuff I enjoy, self-indulgent stuff. I hope it's not only filled with work, like stuff for videos or for Patreon, But if that ends up being the case, that is also okay. But so much of what I will be doing will be specific stuff that I have to do and a lot of the same stuff over and over. So I hope I really focus on getting to play and relax and just have some fun, do some low stakes, like ugly stuff in there. I sometimes like to have the first page be some sort of representation of the new sketchbook or act as some sort of touchstone or spark of inspiration to set the tone for the rest of the book. But I have a feeling in this case that might be asking for a bit much. Let's take a brief moment to talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform that allows entrepreneurs, business owners, freelancers, creatives to stand out online, be successful, be professional in a way that is easy and accessible. You can start out your own website with a template. They have plenty of template options with all sorts of use cases in mind, so whatever you're kind of thinking of doing, they have something that will work for you. But of course, you can fully customize your look so it meets your specific exact needs and allows you to have an entirely unique website that makes you stand out. You can customize these templates with Fluid Engine, which is a next-generation website design software, and it's literally drag and drop. You can add all sorts of features, images, buttons, links, and of course this works for both desktop and mobile, so no matter what device you might be using, your website is going to look polished and professional. You can use your Squarespace as your online shop, whether you're selling physical, digital goods, or services. Not only that, you can use it as a point of sale system as well. Just connect your Squarespace app to a Square reader and boom. You can keep all your orders, inventory, and even customer information organized and in sync. Squarespace really allows people to stand out. It is really conducive for creatives. You can make something really, really beautiful, and you can really unlock your potential and your creativity. If that's something that interests you, if you would like to start a business, further your brand, if you have goals you want to meet, Squarespace is definitely the way to go. So if you are interested, you can head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/Lilstarnerd for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring. Thank you for checking out Squarespace. Let's get back into the video. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this page. I decided to go with a character that you might remember from the Apocalypse Character Design Pinterest Board Challenge from sometime this year. I still haven't settled on a name for her. I also haven't drawn her since then, so I guess it doesn't really matter if she has a name or not. But I do still love this character just as much as I did then. I love her design. She has taken up residence in my head and refused to leave since that video. I just think she's very cute, very satisfying. I don't necessarily have a fleshed out story for her. Like I said, I don't feel the need to name her. I just think I kind of slayed with her design and I kind of like her. But so I knew I was going to be doing a draw this in your style for this video, but I really was struggling to come up with any subject that I would enjoy drawing myself and then feel comfortable having a lot of other people redraw. OCs can be a little too personal to have just anybody redraw them, but coming up with something entirely random can be a little boring. I felt like my last Draw This in Your Style really flopped for that specific reason. Like, I didn't like the piece that I did because it was just some random concept just for the sake of the Draw This in Your Style. So I realized, like, okay, this character that I love but I'm not attached to is a perfect middle ground. And so here we are. If you do want to hear more about her story, I will link the original video down below. She's the first character I drew in that video, so you don't even have to watch the whole thing to get the scoop. But basically, quick rundown, she was stuck in a mall, mid-2000s, early 2010 type era. Parents are gone. There's now a gaggle of kids running around with a lot of resources because they're in this mall. Their only style guide is what they remember from back then. And so now they've all, grown up, 10 years later, 15 years later, wearing this like weird Y2K apocalypse fashion. So she's got most of the same outfit as the first time I drew her, but I wanted to change her outfit entirely. But I was just super tied to the camo pants. The references I was finding would be difficult to do. I originally wanted to give her the juicy top and then plaid shorts. If you guys remember the lesbian plaid shorts, I used to wear those all the time. I was gonna put her in those, but all the references just worked better with camo pants, or pants in general. And if I was gonna do pants, I may as well keep the camo pants because I thought they looked cool. But yeah, so she got that like crushed velvet, juicy, zip-up sweatshirt, very of the time. She's got her pink Hello Kitty backpack slung across her chest, her pink Heelys, her Webkins and Tamagotchi on her belt chain, all staples for her. And of course, she's got plenty of silly bands visible, as those are kind of currency slash a symbol of status in this apocalyptic world. She's also drinking a can of Surge. I'll be honest, I've got no clue what that is. Never seen it, never heard of it, but I Googled popular 2000s drinks, and it's what came up first. So there we go. I just wanted her holding something just to give her hand something to do, and that's, I don't know, I thought of drink and then I couldn't let go of that idea. So here we are. She also got a band-aid on her nose, a bloody bat, and a bit more blood all over her clothes than the previous time that I drew her. Since this is going to be a drawing that other people will be recreating, I wanted to try to make it a bit more clear that this is a post-apocalyptic character, not just a girl with a Y2K aesthetic. I still don't think it's like super obvious, but I do think that the classic bat weapon helps to point people in that direction. I think it gives a bit more context for people who have no idea what they're doing. They're just drawing for the challenge. So in this drawing, she's like freshly back from a trip outside the mall or something. You know what I mean? So she's extra bloody. The whole point of like, she's in a mall, she doesn't need to wear bloody clothes. So oftentimes like in the original drawing, like she didn't have blood on her because why would she if she lives in a mall? But here she's covered in blood-ish. The process of this was super, super fast. Since I'm doing my own character and I'm not copying a photo reference, I'm not getting stuck using like 1,000 colors for each little section. I'm mostly just color blocking, so the process goes really quick at this point. I had so much fun drawing her. She's genuinely so fun to draw. The hair, the camo pants, fun colors, just everything about her is so fun. After I finished her detail with colored pencils, I realized how empty the page was and kind of just fudged a background really quick. And now finally, let's talk about this Draw This in Your Style challenge and what it might mean for you. If you somehow don't know what this challenge is, it's basically where I draw a thing, I make a few rules around it, and then you redraw this photo following those rules, post it, I see it, boom. It's a really fun, cool community building thing. Generally, it happens over on Instagram. It was really popular a few years ago, but people still do it. It's still fun. So that is a great place to post it. That way you can like tag me and stuff. If you are interested in participating, here is what I ask that you keep in mind. You can change up her pose and outfit. You can add or take away any blood or gore or props like the headphones, bat, drink. But please keep her accessories like her belt chain and little pets, her silly bands, as those are vital parts of her character. Please also make sure that you're drawing the same character. If you don't literally have to, you can do whatever. I can't control you, but generally like draw the same character. Don't change up her physical appearance outside of what makes sense for your style. I am all for creative liberties being taken for these challenges. I have no issues with you making it super, super different. I think that's what's fun about them. Do them your way, even if it's beyond a stylistic change. Do whatever you want, but just make sure you're still doing the point of the challenge and respecting the original character design. I will also link the Instagram post for the challenge, leave instructions in the description. But when you post, use the hashtag Lilstarnerd, DTIYS24, and either tag or mention me, or both if you'd like, just so I can make sure I see it. But definitely use the hashtag because I will be trolling through there. Please include my post as a slide in your post, and then that's it. That's all you've got to do. There is no deadline for this. You can do it whenever. I will be sharing some on my story as you guys post. I hope this has quenched your thirst for a Draw This in Your Style from me. I had a lot of fun drawing her, and I'm really excited to do another one of these challenges together and see what you guys come up with. Look at this abomination. I forgot my water bottle today and I was almost here and I was like, do I turn around and go home? But no, I just walked across the street to CVS. It was a fun little adventure, but I am emotionally attached to my water bottle and I'm sad about it. Anyways, here she is. I love her. She is such a fun character to draw. I'm a little frustrated with the composition. She's a little top heavy, she's a little high up. It was fine before I added the words. I forgot to think about composition when I wrote the words. But I think she's so slay, I think it's so fun, and I think it's such a fun, lighthearted, cool first page. I'm excited about it being a Draw This in Your Style, and I'm really hoping that you guys participate and do it, and so I can see it, and it would be fun. I'm definitely excited about this new sketchbook. I'm really hoping that it's an easy enough process. Last one was too. It wasn't exactly memorable. It wasn't great. great, but it was easy enough. And that's, you know, I'm not hoping for much. I'm keeping my expectations minimal. I'm just hoping that at the very least, it's easy, which I think it will be. I see no reason that it won't be. We're on the home stretch with the graphic novel. I should hopefully have more time soon. Either way, I'm excited to be in a new sketchbook. We'll see if I put stickers on it. Last one, I didn't put stickers on until the very end because I wasn't emotionally attached to it. We'll see about this one. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. This is also just a quick reminder, the last video for at least a few weeks, like 2-ish weeks, maybe 3, I will be taking a small break from YouTube, mainly just a little bit of a chillaxing time. I'm hoping that I will be finishing up the sketchbook, or I'm hoping that the graphic novel will be wrapped up, was the idea when I scheduled this break for myself, and this was supposed to be my recovery. I don't know if that'll be the case, but either way, I'm taking some time off. I will still be doing stuff, there just won't be videos. I will be back in June, mid-June. Thank you so much for your support in the meantime. Like I said, Patreon and everything will still be going. I will be taking a small break. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you later. See you soon.